Hey, it's Aaron the Ho, and today we are going to do the full review for the Optrix XD5 for the iPhone 5 and the 5S. Now, in order to bring you this review, here are a few things we've had to do to this case. We unboxed it and installed it and was pleasantly surprised at how incredibly easy the case was to install. We looked at its mounting system in detail, we took it to the river and kind of tossed it in, and then we threw this case as hard as I possibly could with an actual iPhone in it, and then we drove over it with the car. Real usage, real reviews. Mobilereviews-eh.ca. With all that being said and done, we gave the Optrix XD5 a score of 4 A's out of 5. The best part about this case is that it will definitely protect your iPhone from 30-foot drops, and from what we've seen for the water protection, it will definitely protect your phone from water. Now, the worst thing about this case is actually getting to your iPhone when it's fully installed like this. Now, that might not be a very important thing because this case is really meant for extreme uses rather than day-to-day iPhone usage, so getting to your iPhone might not be a big deal, and it shouldn't be a deal breaker if you're thinking about getting this case. Now, our scores are broken down into 3 categories, which are design, protection, as well as functionality. We got a table of contents going so you know where we are in the review, as well as time links in the description section below. If you want to know exactly how we've rated each one of our categories, do check out the table that is on our website for the blog review page for the Optrix XD5. In terms of weight and bulk, this case is surprisingly light for its bulk. The polycarbonate case that surrounds the iPhone is surprisingly lightweight given its thickness. The mounting clip in the camera lens juts out quite a bit, as well as the hinges that cover the bottom and tops of the iPhone. This case is incredibly easy to install. Pop it into the sled and slide the sled into the case. There's nothing you have to do to pry apart or use coins or really wedge your fingernail into, which is really nice for this kind of case. One of the best features about this case is that if you really need to get to your iPhone or you're kind of done doing all the extreme things and you didn't bring another case, you could just use the sled as another case. It won't provide the same 30-foot protection for water and shock, but it will still protect it from, little dings and scratches. In terms of the build quality, this case feels solid. After all the awful things that we have done to this Optrix XD5, it still feels like it could take another 10 rounds of punishment. The only gripe that I do have for the build quality is that the screen protector has a tendency to scratch a little easily. If you want to know more about this case, check out the unboxing installation video. We've done a features video where we go through all the details of the case, and we've actually taken a really close look at the mounting system for the Optrix XD5 and how it compares against the GoPro mounting system. This is one of the toughest cases that we've reviewed so far. In terms of drop protection, the only other case that comes close to it is the Lunatic Tactic Extreme in terms of shock protection, and for water protection, the only other case that can go down to about 30 feet is the HitCase Pro. For the shock test, I threw the case as hard as I possibly could, and the case on the iPhone survived. Even the removable lens survived. Then after that, we were not satisfied with the drop test, so we drove over it with the car, and well, my iPhone, isn't quite the same, we can say. For water protection, we did toss into a river with moving water, and the iPhone is fine. It's the same one that we threw around in the parking lot, so we don't have any reason not to believe that this case wouldn't be waterproof. Optrix does say it's waterproof up to 33 feet, but in this town, there really isn't a safe way for me to test anything up to 30 feet, so we're gonna have to see the next time I go snorkeling. Maybe I'll take it down to 15. With that being said, this case is not a diving solution, so just be aware that if you're planning on doing some diving, don't use this case. We YouTube all of our tests, so if you're really into watching me trying to destroy cases and iPhones, I do recommend that you check those tests out. The drop test was actually pretty fun to do, though my iPhone is a little off now. If this is the first time you're watching one of our videos, I do encourage you to click subscribe. Our entire channel is basically based on helping you get the most out of iOS, so we do product reviews, tips and tricks, as well as news segments, so do click subscribe. You won't be disappointed. Now, in terms of functionality, I'm going to talk about it installed like this. Getting to your iPhone is going to be a little bit more difficult. First of all, the case doesn't allow you to access the mute switch. Secondly, the case mutes the sound coming from the speakers, and there isn't a cutout for the earpiece speakers, which sometimes makes calling a little unbearable. Accessing the hardware ports isn't a problem, as all you have to do is pop the latch. But there isn't an attachment that allows you to use the headphone jack and still keep the case waterproof. Just an FYI. Now, the limited functionality of your iPhone in this case shouldn't be a deal breaker. I wouldn't recommend this case as a day-to-day case because it's incredibly bulky, but if you really need to get to something, all you have to do is pop the latch and there you go. You got full access to your iPhone, not a single problem with this. And if you need to go do extreme stuff again, you pop it in and there you go. For the camera, if you are using video, you'll notice that the footage is cropped unevenly with the iOS camera app. In order to have symmetrical looking footage, you need to use Optrix apps, and they've somehow managed to crop the footage and still maintain the 1080p resolution, which is pretty neat. Also, you can't use the flash with the case because it's completely covered by the case. In terms of screen usability, you can access the swipe menus of the iPhone. In the case though, you might have to press a little harder. There is a gap between the screen protector and the iPhone, and it is quite noticeable, and in the corners it really numbs the sensitivity of the touchscreen. For the screen viewability, the screen protector does scratch easier than normal from our perspective, so you have to deal with that. And it does add a bit of glare, but it's nothing that will stop you from seeing your iPhone screen. In terms of extras, we gave the Optrix XD5 full marks. Like, this thing is pretty awesome. The mounting system, as well as I'm a really big fan of the removable lenses. They've got 4 different types of lenses, and so if you're a great iPhone action camera photographer, you can easily get different lenses for your different shots. An Optrix XD5 with an iPhone 5S in it would almost be comparable to a GoPro. Not quite, but pretty close. But if you've got a lot of GoPro accessories and you're looking at getting this case, I'm sorry, those GoPro accessories are not compatible with the mounting system of the XD5. Again, if you want to know more about that, do check out that detailed video that we've done for the mounting system. We're giving this case a score of 4 A's out of 5. If you want to know more about this case, I do encourage you to check out the full blog review we have on the webpage. We've created a table and we've listed out exactly how each category and each subcategory scores for the Optrix XD5. In the video annotations at the end, we've got links to the comparison video between the XD5 and the HitCase Pro, as well as the full review for the HitCase Pro. If this review was helpful and you're planning on getting this case, go to the manufacturer's website through our website or go to Amazon through our website. It gives us a bit of credit for doing this. We don't get paid by any of these case manufacturers and they don't give us iPhones, and we still go and smash them up. So if you want us to be around for the iPhone 6, well, help us out. If you have any questions about this case, please leave them in the comments section below. We'd be happy to answer them. I'm Aaron the Ho. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, as well as Facebook. I'm one of the hosts of Mobilereviews-eh.ca and film all the awesome things that you're planning on doing in life with the Optrix XD5. It's pretty awesome.